everybody, and welcome to the Fanatical Browns Postgame Show, where the Battle of Ohio...
It's a dog show.
It's a dog show. This is Ellie, where I'm babysitting here for our son. This is Clay's dog, Ellie, and she's like a spaniel of some sort. Very nice dog, but she's a puppy. She's a little wild and crazy, and I've been dog sitting this weekend, Steve.
Like us.
So we wanted to put her on the show. She's a very cute pup. It was not a great day. Oh, well, I just got discombobulated here. Hold on. You probably can't hear me. Live TV. I'm losing glasses and everything.
No, we can hear you.
Here we go.
You
can keep talking, Steve.
Well, we just finished the 2023 season on a completely stress-free Browns game because today did not matter at all. They got out of Cincinnati with no injuries.
Yes.
I found if you follow Paul Brown, which a lot of you do, as Shelby Harris was walking off the field today, heading for the locker room, Paul goes, "You're going to be ready for the playoffs?" And he went, "Hell yes."
Yes.
I like that attitude.
Absolutely. Well, we had some technical doggy issues there. I think I got my headphones on the wrong way. Hold on a second. Hopefully I won't lose my glasses again. Let's see here. No, I had those on right.
Good. Browns fans.
Well, hey, we got out of there. We escaped.
Don't worry about it.
Well, you and I were texting with our other Fanatical Elves colleagues, and yes, I'm the irrational fan. Here's my thing, and I know you don't agree with it, but I don't like going into a playoff. I don't care who you are, whatever. It just, I'm looking at it from a team perspective. Granted, like Steve, you're right. The masses of starters did not even play in this game, but it just doesn't sit well. And then it's just the added thing where now we're going to play. Well, I'm just the irrational fan here. We're going to play the hottest team with the hottest quarterback in the NFL.
No,
outside of Joe Flacco.
Excuse me. The Browns are the hottest team with the hottest quarterback.
I just said that. I said outside of Joe Flacco, CJ Stroud is the darling of the NFL right now, and so thus I worry about the NFL script.
Going down.
All right. Well, it's hard to beat a team twice. I don't care who you are, and we have to beat Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati. Twice, which we do that? No, we split with Baltimore. We split with Pittsburgh,
3-3.
and we split. Yeah, we split with all the groups. CJ Stroud was in concussion protocol. A lot of people maybe weren't paying attention a few weeks ago when the Browns went down there, and they really did. The Browns pounded on them. I mean, it was the game was over. They made some mistakes late, had to bring some of their starters back in at the end of the game because we were making mistakes in our defense and stuff. By the way, I guess that's where I know this game doesn't count, but man, our bench and our players coming off of that are just it was not pretty early on in this game. I know it doesn't matter.
I don't care. I don't. Get out of Northern Kentucky. Go home. That's it. That's all you want to do.
Right.
Come on. I don't care. Jim Schwartz is going to make, and I love CJ Stroud.
Yes.
I'm a Buckeye fan.
Yes.
But Jim Schwartz is going to make him look like a rookie next week. And that's all that matters. Could you see Myles Garrett on the sideline?
Yes.
Smiling. He's ready. He is ready. He is ready for a playoff run.
I hope you're right. I mean, and I believe you're right. I'm that fan from years ago, and you have more optimism than I do on most days, and I have optimism, but as a Browns fan, it's like this thing that just sits in you over the
I've
decades.
seen this. I've seen this team play,
Okay.
and I am so upbeat about
Okay.
this team.
Yeah.
Simply because the defense will smother a quarterback, and I have all the faith in the world in Joe Flacco,
Yeah.
and Amari Cooper, and
Okay.
David
Yes.
Njoku,
Thanks for reminding me.
and Elijah Moore. I have so much faith in this team.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, it was a dud of a game. It wasn't even a game. It was just, Joe Nixon getting up his yards. I am in the fantasy league championship in one of my leagues, so I was happy to see that Joe Nixon was racking up the numbers. Though the guy that I'm competing against, he had a couple guys from last night's game that gave him a lot of points. So I was still down 40 points going into this afternoon's game. I need Dak Prescott for the Cowboys to have a strong game. I don't know how. I think they're up 14-7 right now. Maybe, or they were up by a touchdown. Anyway, not that matters to anybody else but me. By the way, we do want to again congratulate our winner from earlier in the day. We love getting the support from MacPackDesigns.com. They donated a playoff Browns sweatshirt that we gave again out to, I believe his name was Garrett. I want to say. Let me just double check here. I don't want to mess his name up, but he is our winner of that. And we're going to do some more business with them. And so I'm looking forward to a partnership here on the Fanatical Elves Network, part of Fans First Sports Network. His name was Joe Gernot. Congratulations. I know Joe, I talked to him via text earlier today. So very exciting. Awesome. So we love giving away free stuff here. We're all about giveaways.
Yes, we are.
We're a small podcasting network that is growing by leaps and bounds, and we started this venture out back in April, and so thanks again for supporting us. So what are you like? Okay, so the Browns are locked in at number 5. We know that a lot has happened today. The Browns are locked in at number 5. Unfortunately, the Squealers got in. Damn it. They crawled in. They got in because
Jacksonville
just sucks. And, Trevor Lawrence, Sunshine, has not been the same since whenever. It's great. The Pittsburgh Squealer fans are showing some video of them where Jacksonville beat them, and they're throwing the terrible towels, and acting like, the Jacksonville has been 3-6 since that moment. The curse of the terrible towels. I'm like, screw that. Come on, you dummies. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence has not been the same. Really, the second half of the season, they finished the year at 1-5 and really just never got it going. And even though they went down to not your team, but down to Nashville today, they did just screw up. They made a bunch of mistakes. They couldn't convert on a 4th down along the goal line. Lawrence missed
stupid.
Yeah,
so stupid. Oh my God!
What do you think of the end of the? Go ahead.
No, that was dumb play calling.
Yeah,
they had an opportunity prior to that 4th and 2.
Yeah,
to run the ball, and what do? They try and pass it. See, this is the thing with these young coaches.
Yeah.
They think they're smarter than the situation.
Yeah.
And stupid. Very stupid.
The end of the Atlanta New Orleans Saints game was interesting too.
Arthur Smith almost.
Well, I saw the highlight, and man, I would be pretty peeved too. With a minute to go in that game, the Saints are up 41-17. They're at the 1 yard line and they set up in a victory formation. Literally, they it's lined up that way, and they snap the ball and push the ball into the end zone. I'm like, you are in for a the coach for Atlanta was just so mad, and I don't blame him. That's just a poor
Arthur
decision.
Smith is going to be fired tomorrow. So
for Atlanta.
Really, doesn't matter.
Well, it's a pissy way to go.
They might
it's a pissy way to go out as right. Yeah, I know. Just well, the thing is right now, I mean, Browns fans are very excited, and we tried to watch this game without a lot of anxiety, and I was able to mostly do that other than texting with you guys.
Weren't.
And no, I was I'm that irrational fan. I talk about it here on the podcasting, and I don't mind saying it. I mean, I'm like a lot. I mean, Steve, I know you are much better at this than I am as far as being secure in believing that the Browns are going to do well next week. I think it's just this idea that we don't get here very often, Browns fans. We don't see the postseason very often. And usually when Browns teams get to the postseason, we've had our moments, but they're so few and far between. We beat Pittsburgh. I mean, for me, still back in 2020, that win against the Steelers will forever be a great moment in postseason history for the Browns. When people look back at it, I mean, we clobbered them. Big Ben, it was his, going away party, and good moments. I do believe you, Steve. I trust this coaching staff. We've talked about it enough, and we're gonna have a lot more time to talk about it this week as we prepare to go down to Houston again. But Houston is going to be prepared. That young coach is a good coach. Houston has a team that is 10-7. They've turned their season around from a year ago and many years prior since Deshaun Watson. It's interesting that that's Deshaun Watson's old team. The fan base in Houston is a solid fan base. They're going to be wound up. It's going to be a Saturday. From what I'm hearing now, it's going to be the 4:30 game on Saturday afternoon, which I was thinking might be prime time. But why? I'm wondering why I thought originally we had said it could be in the evening, but now they're saying it's going to be the first game on Saturday. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Okay.
I thought it would be the primetime game on Saturday because of CJ Stroud. But
market would be, I mean, my God, all the Buckeye fans here in Ohio, plus you overlap that with Cleveland Browns fans in Houston, the huge market, TV market. I don't understand why they go with the early game. I think that's dumb, but I think the NFL is a moneymaker, and they're just whatever. I can't predict what they're going to do, but it should be, I mean, there's a lot to obviously riding on this. Both teams haven't been to the playoffs in a while. Both coaches are up for Coach of the Year, which will be interesting. I wonder if that will have a factor how this game goes in that decision, or when that announcement. Do we know when that announcement will be made?
No, we don't.
Okay.
If I had to put money on a coach, I'm putting it on Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, me too.
He is 10-0.
Yeah.
Versus the AFC South. I think it's
a good mark.
Bubba, it is. I think Jim Schwartz, Bubba Ventrone, Bill Callahan, they will have this team ready.
Yeah.
In Houston.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. Hey, Steve,
I am not worried about this.
Let's take a quick pause here on the Fanatical Browns Postgame Show. We'll be right back. And thank you for tuning back into our Fanatical Browns Postgame Show, part of Fans First Sports Network. I'm John, and that's Steve. We're part of the Fanatical Elves Network. Yeah, I mean, looking at the playoff picture right now, let's look at that just a little bit. We mentioned earlier Pittsburgh got in to the playoffs, so now it's the locks are on the wild card side of the Browns with the 5 seed. We still don't know yet who's going to be the 6th seed, and the 7th seed will be Pittsburgh, from what I'm understanding. Is that true? Right. Depending on what happens with Miami and Buffalo tonight.
Right.
So both Miami and Buffalo are in. The loser gets the 6th seed, and the winner gets the 3 seed. Or the 2 seed. Is it the 2 or the 3?
No. 2.
2. Okay.
2
so,
and 6.
So Chiefs are locked in at 3. The Chiefs are locked in at 3. Okay. So that means the Chiefs more than the Squealers then will play the loser of the Miami Buffalo game is what I'm understanding. Yes? Okay.
Same here. All right.
Well, I don't like to give Pittsburgh a lot of credit, but they've done some things defensively this year that has kept them in games, and they're going in. And you look at the AFC North; it's pretty remarkable, isn't it, Steve? We've got all 4 teams finished with a 500 record or better, which you're probably reading on social media as well. That's the first time since the 1930s, which I'm trying to understand that since the 1930s. Because the Browns weren't part of any of that.
No.
No. So when they say that, what does that mean? Like the 1930s?
I have no idea.
Who created that? Like
Cincinnati wasn't even a team.
Right. So I don't understand. I think that's some farce. I mean, somebody went out there and said that. I don't know what that even. So ignore that factual statement because it really doesn't make any sense. But all 3 teams, or 3 of the 4 teams, have made it to the playoffs. Now, I don't know the last time that's happened in the AFC North since it's been created. Do you have any recollection on that?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I can't think that. I mean, even in the AFC Central, I don't think all 4 teams had a winning record.
Right.
So I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun coming up this next week. I know Browns fans, I will be wearing my Browns gear every day this week, probably like many of you. It was exciting the last time these Browns made it to the playoffs. I remember the euphoria. We beat Pittsburgh to end the regular season. We beat them again the following week, and it was just a triumphant, exciting time in team history. And we get to go through that experience again, and hopefully we can take it even further. What do you think some of the key, obviously, we're early on in this, but I did see the Browns opened up as a 1 or 2 point favorite, even though the game is away, and they are the 5 seed.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen everything from 1.5 to 2 points. And the over under is like 43.
Wow.
Yeah.
43.
I think that's going to happen. I definitely think.
All right. I can see that.
CJ Stroud is 22 and Joe Flacco is 38. Joe Flacco could be CJ Stroud's dad. Yep.
He could. I see the Browns early, and I have not looked at anything. I see Jim Schwartz after today's performance, and you could tell he was not happy.
Oh, he was
with his
peeved.
Backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pissed. Peeved is a light word. Pissed is the better word. I think they're going to be fired up. I think Myles Garrett's going to be fired up. I think Kevin Stefanski is going to have a wide open offense.
Yes.
It is indoor on turf. So I can see this game being hopefully over by halftime.
Well, that's what happened the last time. The last game we crushed them. That first, I don't know what
see it.
Wasn't it like 36 to like something, like 14 or something at halftime?
And then the Texans brought in their other backup quarterback, and they scored 2 quick touchdowns.
Yeah.
But I can see this
Hey,
game
yeah.
going the Browns' way
Uh-huh.
if they execute and the defense plays the way we played all year. So,
Well, I give the Browns
see.
defense a little bit of credit tonight. I was a little, I know this game didn't count against Cincinnati in many ways, but they stopped the bleeding. It was 31-0. They did score a couple touchdowns, and obviously the Bengals didn't play in many of their starters in the second half and blah, 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 blah. But, 31-14 looks a lot better than 31-0. Driscoll, made some nice plays. By the way, that combo of Driscoll to David Bell, woohoo! Wowzers. David Bell, congratulations to David Bell. One of my favorite, players that we don't talk ever about. And he has had few and not many moments. He did catch that great touchdown pass against the Bears, I believe. And he caught 2 touchdowns in this game from Driscoll. So congratulations to David Bell, a former Purdue Boilermaker. Pierre Strong, did he get injured?
Yes, he did. Got to wait till tomorrow.
What are we hearing?
Find out.
Do we know anything
I have
about
not heard anything. I know
Okay.
Shelby Harris is okay.
Yes, because
according
we heard from
to Paul Brown.
Paul Brown, yes. Well, Pierre Strong finished 14 carries, 65 yards, respectable 4.6 yards a carry. Jerome Ford had 3 carries for 6 yards. Jerome Ford, I'm telling you, oh boy, dancing in the backfield there.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, David Bell. I mean, a lot of people
were
yapping about Cedric Tillman, but of course, you're going. You got Jeff Driscoll throwing you passes. 3 catches for 43 yards. Defensively, the Browns had sacks today from Harmon, from Alex Wright, from Isaiah McGuire, the Missouri Cat. It was the Missouri Tigers. Yeah, Missouri Tigers.
I love that kid.
Joel Cade, the left guard, has always loved Isaiah, and I've talked a lot about Isaiah. I've wrote about him quite a bit, like maybe you have in the past with Cleveland Sports Talk or Dog Pound Daily. It was nice to see Isaiah get that. It was nice. That was a nice sack. He kind of grabbed him and then, kind of threw him to the ground. That's what you're supposed to do. But he stayed with the play. He didn't let Browning get away. By the way, my God, Jake Browning's girlfriend or whoever that was in that all white, like skin tight outfit. What the hell was that all about? Jesus, Jiminy.
Oh, John, you're showing your age.
Well, I mean, that was the most entertaining part of the whole game. It's a social media, like it's hotter than anything right now. I mean, that's all we're showing is like Jake Browning's girlfriend. Wow. That you've got to have some, I don't know what to wear an outfit like that to a football game and sit in the, very interesting moment there. Anyway, I don't know what was more exciting, watching that or watching, Paul Brown, our friend from England, trying to do peanut butter shots and throwing up today, and then going back and still eating Cincinnati chili after the game. What is wrong with him? Like, what are you trying to do? I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know if you saw that.
Chili.
He's eating Cincinnati chili after the game again. I'm like, dude,
I'm sorry.
Stop.
Skyline chili is disgusting. And so is peanut butter whiskey.
I know.
Stop. Oh.
Well, by the way, I had a hamburger earlier today from Wendy's, and man, I don't know what it was. It might have been one of the vegetables. It's just like gut punched me today. So hopefully, I tell you, Wendy's, they're fresh hamburgers, but sometimes you wonder at these fast food places how much.
No, they are fresh.
They are fresh. I'm not worried about that. I think it might have been
I was a former Wendy's manager.
Okay, so here's my question: I'm guessing it might have.
I tested the meat every time they brought it.
I'm not worried about the meat. My stomach's okay, but I get this little pain, and it happened right after I ate the burger, and I'm guessing it's either the tomato or the lettuce or whatever, the mayo or whatever was on it, because it's just like been sitting there on and off all day. Not that anybody wants to know all those details, but
thank you, John.
Well, folks, we're going to let you guys go because you've just been entertained so much. We here at the Fanatical Elves Network will be providing you lots of shows this week, lots of entertainment. Steve, you will have your Dog Pound South show coming up tomorrow.
Yep.
We look forward to hearing you then. We have Joel Cade with the What the Elf Was That? We have the Oracle Speaks, none other than Elliot, who brings his show almost every day of the week. The Oracle speaks to everybody because the Oracle knows all. He will have his shows. We had Rod Bloom bringing the Browns Blitz. We got Sam, the youngster down there in Texas, bringing the Browns Breakdowns. I've got my Johnny Cleveland podcast. So we'll be prepping you. We got playoff fever right now. We'll be bringing you some shows coming leading up to that. It's looking like Saturday will be the game. So we'll provide a pregame show and a postgame show for that. Hopefully we are moving on. We beat Houston and we move on to the next round where we don't know who we're going to play yet. Now, a lot of people are thinking it's going to be the Ravens, but we have the 6 and 7 seed. And if the 6 and 7 seed happen to beat the 2 or 3 seed, which is very plausible this NFL season, the Browns, that's right, the Brownies could be hosting an AFC divisional round game. That's why
Possible.
This game against Houston, for no other reason, is big because the Browns could come home and play a home playoff game, which would be fantastic, and we all would love to see that. See, final thoughts before we let everybody go.
Browns fans, do not worry about today's game. They will be ready next weekend.
Yep.
I have full faith in this coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
I have faith in Kevin Stefanski. I have faith in Jim Schwartz. I have faith in Ventrone.
Yes.
I'm not worried about this team. Next weekend starts their run.
Well, folks, it's been a really great season, and for the Fanatical Elves Network to be part of this season and what we've created, the Browns have created this year. It's been fun to follow this team and to talk about this team. Follow us on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, YouTube TV or YouTube. We're everywhere. Please tell other people about our network. We're like you. We like to talk about the Browns, and we're excited about what could be a great postseason run. We got our fingers crossed, our toes crossed, and we're ready to get some wins coming up starting next week as the Browns travel down to Houston to play the Texans. Okay, folks, have a great rest of your afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday with family, friends, and whoever else you're with. Take care. Goodbye.
Go Browns.
Go Brownies.